Hey folks, welcome back to Yaya's Spoon. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. I recently had a subscriber reach out to me explaining how much she loves salmon, but she doesn't know where to start with the whole process of purchasing the salmon, what to buy, how to prepare it, like many of you probably are, because I know I was there at one time. Well, I'm here to ease your worries and your fears, because I'm going to walk you through a very basic salmon recipe today, and it's very easy. I've got a solution for you. It's a basic recipe, it's delicious, and it's fast. So I will also be giving you some tips along the way, so please stick around and let's get to cooking.
Begin by preheating your oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Remove the leaves from the parsley stems. Do the same for the rosemary.
Rosemary as well, so I'm going to add that to it. If you do not, don't worry about it. Dijon mustard, it gives it a nice tang. Then some fresh lemon juice. To balance everything out. Olive oil. Gonna add a little bit more. Half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Same thing for the dill. Some salt. And we can always add more salt, but I'm going to taste it first before we add it. And pepper. Now we're going to mix it up. And we're going to just slather this on top of the fillets. I'm going to add a little bit more oil. Right? You want to go easy with the salt because the Dijon mustard has some salt in it. Don't want it to be overpowering. So I'm going to taste it and see where I am here. Tangy. So we have a whole fillet here where I'm going to be able to determine how many servings I want from this fish. And also the price is a little over $14, and it will feed, I would say, at least 4 people. So that's a good deal. And also, this is wild sockeye salmon versus farm raised. And whatever you like, I prefer the sockeye wild caught, because it has a lot more nutrients. So something to consider when you're out there purchasing it. And you'll also notice with the sockeye wild caught salmon, the color is really this deep, pretty red color. The farm raised are a little more pink and not red like this. Okay, so I'm going to carefully wipe this down to dry it off.
And cleanse the salmon for seasoning and marinating.
With a sharp knife, you just want to cut your servings. A typical serving is anywhere from 6 to 8 ounces. So just make them as big as you'd like, but try to keep them as even as possible as well. You can do something like that. This is a pretty good size because it's all even for the most part. I've also noticed when you're using the sockeye, it's a little more delicate. All right, I think we're going to keep those big ends as well. So now that we have the fillets cut in the servings that we want, we're going to just add some of the mixture, all the flavor on top. You can see here I'm getting really close with how much I have. Let me see how this works. This fish is delicate, so you want to be gentle. And just spread it out. If you don't have one of these brushes, this is a silicone brush, then you can just use a spoon and just spread it. It's a little easier with this. Make sure it's spread all over. I'm not worried about the skin on the back side. Okay, I may just add a little bit more pepper. I think we have enough salt. Okay, so now this goes in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes, 425.
It's good to know your salmon. Here we have some typical characteristics of Atlantic farm-raised salmon versus wild-caught sockeye salmon. Any Atlantic salmon you buy is farm-raised. Farmed salmon is lighter and more pink in color. Wild-caught sockeye salmon is the most common type found in the Pacific Ocean. Sockeye salmon has a bright reddish-orange color. The deeper the color of salmon, the more beneficial omega-3 fatty acids it contains. When it comes to wild-caught sockeye versus Atlantic salmon, sockeye is healthier.
You would let it sit there for a little bit and rest.
Notice the white film on the salmon. That's called albumin, a flavorless protein that collects on the surface of salmon as it cooks.
Here's the salmon. I have served it over a bed of brown rice, which is an option. You can use potatoes or a salad or any green vegetable you'd like. So I'm going to taste test this guy. Notice how it's flaking. The flake is good. That's what you want. You know it's done when you get that flake. Excellent. Taste the lemon, the freshness from the herbs. You can even taste a touch of the Dijon mustard in with everything. perfectly flakeable. Perfectly done, a hearty meal. I've added some brown rice. You can add any vegetable or salad you'd like. Let me know if you have any questions about the recipe, or if you want to share your experience. We'd love to hear that. Maybe you have some other suggestions for spices, something you do. It's wonderful. Just share with us. Everybody is receptive to new ideas, including me. Comment below. You got this. Let me know if you make it, and I know you will. And God bless. It's so healthy.